camera was not as adjusted as I thought. Well, alright. Welcome to the Wednesday show. Said we were going to start making this a thing, and that is something we're going to start doing. So, welcome in to whoever sees this live or whoever sees this after the fact, after I've edited it, done all the cool stuff, given it music, the likes, yeah, no. Today we will be looking at the current AFC playoff picture. We'll kind of breeze over the NFC as well. And while we're at it, we will give the Broncos schedule another look. Now, I did say in the previous video that I thought Denver had a really good chance to make the playoffs with their current schedule. And so far, they've proven me right by beating the tar out of the Falcons. Let's talk about that for a minute. The Falcons game was absolutely nuts. Uno momento. We'll pull this up on ESPN. Falcons game was nuts. And I'm gonna fix my image right here real quick. Holy shit. My hair is an absolute mess. So, we look at the Falcons game real quick, and just an absolute beatdown, 38-6. The Denver Broncos kicked the tar out of the Atlanta Falcons. Bo Nix goes off. He gets an Offensive Player of the Week award. Not Rookie of the Week. Offensive Player of the Week award. Going 28-33 for 307. 4 touchdowns. No interceptions. Rating a 145.0. Rushing game was all right when they needed it. They didn't use it a whole lot just because of Javonte Williams going absolutely, because of Bo Nix going absolutely nuts. Excuse me. So Javonte Williams had a good game. 6.6 yards a carry, gets carried into the end zone, which I believe is that long of 14 right there, and he didn't even run for 3 of it. So there's that. Estime was the change of pace bruiser, and then obviously Jaleel came in certain situations. He looked okay when he got the ball. Receiving wise, continues to be promising. You've got 10 different guys that got a reception right here. Sutton 7 for 78, Bailey 4 for 66. Lil Jordan Hump gets the garbage time touchdown, 4 receptions, 52 yards. Marvin Mims getting used in a bit of a joker role, had a nice long catch at 37 on that wheel route play. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Javonte Williams, decent security blanket, 7 yards a catch. Troy Franklin caught a screen for a touchdown. Adkins caught a touchdown on a little chip play. Estime was a safety valve every now and again, and then Burton just lost yards. So, whatever. Humphrey fumbled. I think we expect this week. Defense goes fucking brazy. Jaquan McMillan led the team in tackles. Nick Bonito nabs another 2 sacks. Malcolm Roach gets himself a sack. Who else got a sack? And then Jonah Ellis playing his brother, Caden Ellis. He nabs a sack. Outperformed his brother in that department. Didn't do a whole lot else as a rotational pass rusher. Make sure my audio is actually working. Yes, it is. Maybe turn my mic a little more towards myself. And wow. Alright, my hair is a disaster. My hair is an unsolvable disaster. Alright, I think we look a little better like that. Sorry, cosmetic purposes. Anyways. So, Cody Barton with a pick. Atlanta did not get a single turnover on the day. Marvin Mims continues to be electric as a punt returner. Will Lutz only needed him once in the field goal game, but he nailed his 5 extra points. So if you had him in fantasy, he was probably the second best kicker behind Chris Boswell. So there you go on that. So yeah, Denver smattered the piss out of the Atlanta Falcons, as we know, and they are currently sitting at number 7 here in the AFC. So there's Denver could potentially get a lot of help right here, because if we look at these teams that are on the outside looking in, I really don't see a scenario where anyone gains legitimate ground besides maybe the Dolphins, and even then they're still going to be a game and a half, 2 games back if they win. So let's just go look at the scenario here. Colts play the Lions next week, and they are playing in Detroit. They're playing the 1-seeded Lions. As of this, I'm just kind of assuming the Lions are going to take this 1 seed here. I think they're playing better than the Eagles right now, even though the Eagles are going absolutely crazy. Anyways, besides the point, we are not talking about the Lions or about the NFC right now. The Lions are playing the Colts, and I don't see a reality where the Lions lose to the Colts right here. So that puts them at 5-7. Okay, cool. Colts don't gain any ground. Dolphins will probably beat the Patriots, so that will boost them up in the standings, I believe, just a little bit if they win that game. Although, I mean, if the Pats wanted to be really cool and play a little bit of spoiler here, then I'd be so game for it. I would be so game for it. You have no idea. So, Dolphins probably get a win against the Pats, though. I don't think the Pats are all the way there. I mean, they're not all the way there, obviously. They're 3-8. But I mean, maybe we'll go with the Dolphins win for now. We'll go with the Dolphins win. So there is a website that I'm gonna go pull up here. I used to sit on this website all the time in school because I would low key just be so bored. I believe it is this website right here. So we are gonna run through every scenario here, or just a scenario for the rest of the season for the Broncos. Continue without supporting us. I'm sorry. I probably should have turned off my ad blocker. Okay, so we have this week's games. Obviously, here are the results of that. So let us go now to week 12. Now into week 12. Oh yeah, and they've got like a cool little legend right here. Off a bye, international, whatever. So, we are only focused on the AFC results right now. So, I'm going to predict it now. Denver wins this game. Denver beats the Raiders. They sweep the Raiders. It feels good. This is a very different Broncos team than when these last two teams met, and it's a very different Raiders team. And I honestly, with the way that the Broncos are going right now, I don't see a reality. I see maybe one or two realities where they lose to the Raiders. I don't think we live in that reality. Let's come down here for the Harbaugh Bowl. I think the Ravens get that one as well. I guess that doesn't matter as much entirely in the grand scheme of things, but it's whatever. It's fine. We go to and we are just gonna kind of predict these weeks here. So you have the Steelers here that are definitely gonna win. I'm gonna take Texans there. I'm gonna take Dolphins here. We are going to take Dolphins there, and then, so now we're going to throw the Colts completely under the bus. The Colts are not winning this game right here. The Panthers are not winning that game. They can be coming off of a bye all they want. They are not winning that game. That is not happening. And then NFC, I mean, we're just going to kind of do for formalities here. I'm going to go Vikings there. I'm going to go Bucks there. I'm going to go Commanders there. I'm going to go Cards here. I'm going to go Pack here. And then I'm going to go Philly here. So, I mean, consider this your pick 'em betting guide, too, if you want to. So, after week 12, here's where we are. Denver still holds the 7 seed at 7-5. Be more in the 5. Bills at 9-2 here. And then you've got the Texans, 4 seed, 8-4. Everything is chugging along just fine. Denver clings to that 7 seed with a 7-5 record. Now, week 13. What does this look like? Chiefs are beating the Raiders. The Raiders are going to be so bad this year. I bet the Colts probably beat the Pats right here. If we're honest, I would, unless AR reverts back to pre-benching Anthony Richardson, I don't think the Pats are beating the Colts. The Colts are just kind of a better team as we speak. And then, I'm gonna give you Steelers here. I will give you Steelers, which, I mean, at that point, the Bengals are just trying to play spoiler the rest of the way out. And then I'll give you Texans here. So nothing, there's no, like, real profound change here. I think Denver beats Cleveland here. It's a home game as well. So we're fine there. We're good. We're good. So then you just kind of have these other ticky-tack games. So we'll go Green Bay there. I think the Falcons are more of a pushover than people think of them. at this time. We'll give the Seahawks that one, Commanders that one. I'm leaning Eagles here just because their defense is better, and I think they'll be able to exploit the Ravens' defense, their pass defense, a little more than the Ravens will be able to do to them. So, Buffalo wins here. I don't think the Niners are all that, and then that's Lions win. I'll give Dallas that one. I'm going to go Cards here. I like the Cards this year, all of a sudden. I'll take Rams here, and then we'll go Bucks here. So, Denver's still in the 7th seed at 8-5, and this just shows you, like, how weird the AFC is, because there really is, like, 7 good teams, maybe 9 in total good, or, like, good to great, or okay to great teams, and then after that, it's just like, what the hell is the rest of this conference, dude? Like, what is the rest of this conference? So, move on to week 14. Denver's still clinging to the 7th seed, although they do have a 2-game lead over Indianapolis now. So they're okay there. So, I mean, I'll take the Jags there. So Denver is on a bye here, week 14. So so they don't really lose ground here. Colts are on a bye as well. So Denver really can't lose ground in week 14, assuming everything goes to plan. So, I mean, Chiefs are probably going to beat the Chargers here, we'll be honest. So that ties Denver and LA for that 6 and 7 seed. That becomes interchangeable right here. And then I believe it should tell us if it clinches. Maybe not. Anyways, Steelers here. Dolphins here. Maybe we give the Jets one. Why not? We'll throw the Jets one. Bucks win this one. Bills win here. I'll give this one to Cincy. Yeah, Dallas is bad too. Lions pull this one out at home. Both teams off a mini bye. I'll take the... No, we'll go Vikings here. I've been dogging on the Falcons a little bit this video. Have they choked the division yet? They have. They have choked the division. The Falcons have choked the division. And this is just formality here. I will get back... We will ring back to the point here in a minute. So we'll just slam. I'll give it to the Giants on the mini bye. Eagles here. I'll go Cards here, and then we'll go Niners here. Okay. Back to the Broncos. Broncos don't lose any ground in week 14, coming off of 2 wins against the Raiders, Colts, what have you. So week 15 comes along. Denver pretty much tied. They are tied for the 6th seed right here. Really for the 5 seed too, assuming everything goes to plan here. So now you've got that game against the Colts, which, I mean, really, like, if we kind of punch back a little bit and maybe give the Colts, let's see. I mean, the Colts aren't beating Detroit is the thing. The Colts are not beating Detroit is where I'm at. So that's, I mean, I'm penciling that in as a loss right here. Denver beats the Raiders this week, and it's a 2-game lead right there. So then they will beat the Pats. They have that week 14 bye. They go into week 15 down 2 games. I'm taking Denver off of the bye. At home against the Colts with Anthony Richardson, who's still essentially a rookie quarterback right now. I need to see more consistency out of post-benching Anthony Richardson before I'm confident that he can take on Denver's defense. I'm not. I am not right now. And I don't know if we're going to see him come back to earth or if he actually found his stride. We'll see. He was really inconsistent in like the 4 or 5 games he played last year, and he has not been good this year. He's been athletic. He kind of made it work with his legs, but that's kind of all I can give to Anthony Richardson right now. So we'll take Texans here. I'm going to give this one to the Titans just because the Bengals defense has been really suspect this year. Chiefs are going to get this one, kind of a cupcake back half here. I'll give the Jags this one. I'll be nice to them. I like the Jags. Ravens are going to beat the Giants. They're going to beat the piss out of the Giants, actually, if we're honest. We'll go... Chargers are going to win that one. I think the Chargers are a better coach team here. Hello to anyone who has just joined. We are doing playoff picture stuff. I'm basically predicting the back half of the season here. Call me a madman here. Call me out all you want. But this is how I'm feeling right now. Cardinals get that. Okay, wow. Okay, Cards are kind of running away with the NFC West here. And that's the thing too, is like, I do think the Cards are a little better than people really give them credit for. And their schedule here in this back half is not hard. The NFC West has just been like ridiculously volatile this year. So it's I mean really, like if we go back, can I see the Cards losing anything here? Probably to the Vikings. I'll give the Vikings that win right there. That's fine with me. At home, I'll give that to the Vikings. I just lost everybody with that take. Hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna give the Lions this one at home. Yeah. I'm gonna give the Lions that one at home. I'm gonna give Philly this one at home. I think Russ has to hit a rut at some point. I mean, I don't think he's played amazing anyways. Falcons win this one to reclaim the NFC South for now, with 2 games to go, 3 games to go. Excuse me. We'll go. I still don't know that I trust the 49ers entirely. I'll give it to them right now. I'll give the Niners that Rams game right now just because they're at home. We'll give Washington this one. Man, I made Washington kind of goated by accident. I really want to give the Panthers this game just because Carolina wins. Dallas's quarterback situation right now is terrible now that Dak's hurt, okay? Okay. I'll take Seattle here at home, even though Green Bay is coming off a mini bye. I will give Seattle that game at home. Bears Vikings, I gotta take the Vikes right here, man. I have to take the Vikings. The Bears got handed a brutal back half schedule. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So now you get week 16. Denver coming in, still in the 7th seed. Everyone is looking good right now. I think there's a very good chance Denver loses this game right here, and that LA might clinch that 5 spot at least right there. We'll see. Pittsburgh gets the best of Baltimore here. I know it's in Baltimore. Pittsburgh has always, especially in the Lamar Jackson era, Pittsburgh has played Baltimore ridiculously well. And it's not even funny. Chiefs are going to win right here. Bengals are going to win right here. So really, like, there's no path for anybody here. Maybe the Colts, but Denver has to lose out right here. So, but they also have to win, which playing the Titans, they do. Playing the Titans, they win there. Bills are going to win this one. I'll give this one to the Raiders at home, just so we're a little less sad here. Rams are going to win that one. I think the Niners win that one as well. So Niners are still trying to fight with the Packers to get back into the playoff picture. That doesn't happen this week. Green Bay takes that. And let's see. I'll give Tampa that one. I'll give Seattle that one. So Seattle the NFC is congested, man. The NFC is congested. Cards get this one, so they're going to have a 2-game lead on the division. I'm going to give this one to Philly right now. We'll see. I'm going to go Falcons here, and then we're going to go Lions here. The Lions are too good for me to deny right now. Like I'm kind of glazing here, but like that's just how it is right now. So, I think Pittsburgh loses to KC right here, which there are just 2 Titans right now. I really want to give Houston this upset, but Houston has been kind of underwhelming this year. So we'll go Baltimore here. I think Denver wins against Cincinnati right here. I'm still set that Cincinnati's defense is too bad for them to realistically do anything. They'll make it a game, but I think Denver can do more than Cincinnati can right now. Cincinnati is just kind of handcuffed at the moment. Chargers win this one. I think right now I'll give the Jags that one. Why not? Give them a little cherry on top. The Titans are bad, man. Titans are bad. Bills win there. Jets suffer. I'll give the Browns a win there off of the mini bye. Give them something to feel okay about. Now this is just kind of the ultimate like shit off. I think the Colts do win here, but at this point I think they are. Yeah, so a Denver win here pretty much eliminates the Colts from postseason contention. So it's just kind of fruitless. So Denver can clinch by week 17. Denver can clinch in week 17 right here if this is how it goes. I'll give the Saints this one. Maybe they're still riding their interim high or whatever. Not at this point. Whatever. Maybe Chicago wins this game. I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. Sets the Hawks back. I actually think that would almost outright eliminate them. Maybe give the Rams this one here. God, that made that so messy. You know what? For the sake of chaos, we'll go for it. Washington wins here because I hate everything. I'm gonna give the Vikings that one at home. So going into the final week, oh, Seattle would have to win here to keep their hopes alive, I think. Yeah, so Seattle's pretty much eliminated now. Tampa wins there, which would put them back in the division lead right there by a game. Eagles win that, and then you know what? You know what? Maybe the 49ers catch the Lions off guard at home. Fine. Fine. Whatever. Whatever. So we go to this one. Maybe the Chargers rest their starters. I still think their backups beat them. I'm taking Denver at home here. Call me a Glazer all you want. I'm taking Denver at home. The way they played KC and Arrowhead, this will be a different team by then in the best possible way. Although realistically, too, Chiefs could sweep Denver. It's still a 10-7 season. Whatever. All right. We'll say the Texans win here. So who's clinched? The Chiefs clinched God knows how long ago. I'm still going to give Denver this win here. So Chiefs clinched a long time ago. Chargers clinched a long time ago. Denver clinched in week 17. Bills are going to the dance. AFC North is going to the dance. Colts are just going to miss out right here. Texans are going to go to the dance. NFC is kind of a mess right now. Lions, obviously. Vikings, which maybe I'm overhyping the Vikings a little bit just because Sam Darnold is limited, but they are playing undeniably good football right now. And then you've got the Packers 10-6 right now, so they're pretty much locked in unless the Niners can make a miracle here, which they would need. Both teams playing for their playoff lives. You've got Eagles and Commanders definitely going to the playoffs right there, which again, maybe I'm overrating some of these teams a little bit, but Cards going to the playoffs. Cards kind of good. And I think their back half schedule is really favorable right here. And then, so we'll finish this out, and then we'll look at the whole picture. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Colts win here. It's just how it is. And then Pittsburgh there, even resting their starters. I don't think Cincy really gets into that. Maybe they do. Nah, Pittsburgh's good there, I think. Baltimore, even resting starters. They'll win that. Cleveland's bad. Whatever. Patriots might win against the Bills, who can't get the 1 seed now. I'll say the Finns win this one on the road. Little consolation here. So now the NFC gets fun, which I'm not going to spend too much time here because this is not really what we're here for. Seattle wins off of a mini bye. They're still eliminated. So would this game be for the division right here? No. Okay, so Zona clinches the division. Maybe the Niners get one here. So now their season comes down to whether or not the Bears play spoiler, and I don't think they do. I don't think the Bears are good enough to play spoiler. Niners can't make it into the playoffs anyways. Okay, so Niners were eliminated too on a 10-win season. So that's how stacked the NFC is right now. You got 10-win teams missing the playoffs. Maybe Dallas wins against resting starters here. Tampa wins here, I think. I think Tampa wins there, which does eliminate the Falcons from playoff contention as well. They'll win that game because they're playing for it. Lions definitely rest their starters there. Maybe no, they don't. Okay, so Lions would have to win there. And really, if they are playing for the 1 seed, they're playing their starters, they win that game. Easy. And then Eagles win there. So, here we are. This is certainly one of the ways the season could go. So now maybe I refresh the page here and then we just focus in here on the Broncos here. Focus in on the AFC. So let's reset the week. Reset the week. So now we're just going to focus on the AFC. This was just big picture stuff here. We're going to focus on the AFC. We'll look at best case, worst case scenario for Denver from week 12 onwards. This is best case, worst case for Denver, in my opinion. So here we are back at current standings. Okay. We are back at current standings. So we're just going to focus on our AFC games here. Pittsburgh, Houston, Miami, Denver, Baltimore. All right. Denver holds the 7 seed right now, and Denver will probably stay in the 7 seed all for the rest of the year. And then I guess there's probably a couple ones over here. Yeah, okay. So Lions are going to cream the Colts. Chiefs are going to rail the Panthers. Okay? Okay. Glad we're on the same page. Week 13, Denver goes in, still holding. It would be a 2-game lead over Indy now at this point. Get out of here, Razor. Denver's got a 2-game lead now. Chiefs are going to win against the Raiders. Colts will probably win against the Pats. They would need Denver to lose to make up a game. Denver doesn't. Houston wins there. Green Bay wins here. I don't trust the Falcons. Chargers win here. Seahawks win here, which basically eliminates the Jets from playoff contention, which I think they already kind of were a week ago in our scenario. They're hanging on by a thread right now. Commies win. I think the I think the Eagles win here. Bills win here. Perfect. Week 14. And this will probably be the segment that gets edited down too, so I should probably record something after I stream here for that segment. Week 14, Denver's on a bye. Can't gain or lose any ground here. They'll even up with just about everybody else. Colts, Denver can't lose ground this week, though, is the thing on holding on to their spot. So, maybe we go Jags here. We'll go Titans here. I like their defense a little more than I do Jacksonville. Steelers, we'll go Jets here. Why not? Chiefs are going to win here to put the Chargers at 8-5. That'll tie for the division, or for second in the division and for the 6th seed. Raiders lose. Rams lose. Cowboys lose. So, Cincy hanging on by a tiny, tiny little thread, but it's like 3 games with 3 games to go. They need a lot to go their way here, and it's not going to. They will beat the Titans, I'll give them that. Houston's going to win here. I'll give Jacksonville the win there, why not? KC wins here. And then this, week 14, or week 15, Denver, Indianapolis, I think will basically decide the entire rest of the playoffs. Or the rest of the playoff picture, I think. Colts win here, and it's a 1-game difference. And Denver definitely has some losable games, like right here. And the Colts would definitely win right here. So now Indy's got the tiebreaker here. That would put Denver in dire straits with 2 weeks to go. I don't see them beating Denver, though. I think Denver wins. I don't trust Anthony Richardson right now. So, back to week 15 here. Ravens win here. These are the AFC teams that we're focused here on. Chargers win. We will go Cards. I do think Detroit wins that game right there. I think Philly wins there. And are the Falcons this bad? Sure. Sure. Maybe. I'll give it to them. Whatever. Week 16 now. You have an Indy win. You have a Denver loss. So that's now still within 2 games here. So Indy doesn't really lose ground, but they don't gain ground either here. And now they're down on the tiebreaker. So Raiders probably win there. Steelers, Chiefs, Bengals, what have you suddenly. The Bengals are alive with 2 games to go. Again, need a lot to go their way here. Or 3 games to go. Again, need a lot to go their way in this situation. But they have a fighting chance. Colts are kind of sort of in the same boat, but not really. So then we jump in. Did I do all the stuff right here? I did. Okay. So week 17, second to last week. What do you got? Chiefs win here. Actually, I could see the Steelers beating them. That's my headcanon. Steelers are going to win week 17. Fuck it, dude. Ravens probably win here, which, I mean, the Texans are fine. They basically clinched the division by default. Denver eliminates Cincinnati right here. That's how I'm going with it. Chargers are going to win here, and they've got the seed just on better division record right now. Jags win here. Sure. Why not? The Titans are just bad this year. Bills win, obviously, they are still fighting for seeding here. So, sure. We'll throw Cleveland a bone here. Colts are going to win this game right here, but they're basically 3 games back with 1 game to go. They're eliminated right here anyways. Saints win here. Sure. They're bad, but, it's whatever. Which we haven't focused on the NFC, so it's fine. Oh, could I have just done this by conference? Each thing? Oh, I could have just done conference standings the whole time. Okay, I like that more. Okay, so now you got week 18. Denver still makes it in with a loss. So Denver basically clinches week 17. Which they could definitely win this game if KC is playing for seeding. Which I think they could be. So we'll go with this. Even though I think Denver totally could beat them. So a Denver win right here if everything goes the way I have painted it. Buffalo gets the 1 seed. So there you go, Buffalo. But Chargers will win here. So I think unless they rest starters, then maybe the Raiders steal one. Wouldn't put Denver in any better of a spot right there. But B more wins here. Knocks Denver down to 7. Fine, whatever. Colts will win here. That's worthless. Texans will probably still win there. Steelers win there. Jets win there. And that is how that comes out. So again, in this scenario, which really this is just getting Denver to the playoffs, I guess. This is best case for Denver right now. Bills at the 1 seed, Chiefs in the 2. They lose a couple of games, stumble a little bit. Steelers in the 3. You've got the Texans in the 4, Ravens in the 5, Chargers in the 6, and Broncos in the 7. So now, how does Denver limp into the playoffs? How does Denver limp in? Chiefs get them here. For sure. 10-7. Now you're kind of on the ropes here. Maybe you lose a game to Cincy. Maybe you lose a game to Cincy right here. And if you don't lose to Cincy, then who realistically could you lose to that I haven't already had you lose to? Indy. And then Indy gets the playoff seed right there. So, Denver's path to the playoffs right now. Let's refresh the page and hopefully it just resets everything. It did not. Okay. So we're going to have to reset a few times here. Give me just a minute. Give me just a minute. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Denver's path to the playoffs. You beat the Raiders. You beat the Browns. All you got to do is beat the bad teams and you're in. Is pretty much where it is. All you have to do is beat the bad teams. And you're in. So you have your bye. You beat the Colts. You eliminate them from the playoffs pretty much immediately. Cool. We've got that established. Maybe you take a loss to the Chargers here. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe you take a loss to the Bengals here. Okay. But they won't. This is Denver's path to the playoffs, how I think they get there. And then at this point, this game just becomes a formality here. Whether or not you lose to the Chiefs or you beat them, you're pretty much still locked as the 7th seed. So there you go. That is the Broncos' path to the playoffs. So let's file back here real quick. With a win, Denver would have a 71% chance of making the playoffs. They currently have better than a coin flip odd right now. Detroit is going to maul the Colts. I'm going to say it right now. Detroit's going to fuck the Colts up 6 ways to Sunday. So that gives Denver a game of breathing room here. And then at that point, all Denver has to do, if we go pull up their schedule. If we pull up Denver's schedule, all they have to do after... Sorry, I just had to check my OBS. All they have to do right here, because the Colts are losing this week, is kind of that's where I'm at. I don't think there's any way they go into Detroit and win. So all Denver has to do is beat the bad teams right here, and they're in. You can afford these 2 division losses. That's fine. That's fine. These are 2 good teams. I would like to see them win one of these games. Maybe they don't. I think they have a better chance of beating the Chiefs right now than they do the Chargers. I think the Chiefs are a little more vulnerable. Denver had Casey on the ropes in Arrowhead. So, just to finalize it out, close my point out, all Denver has to do to make the playoffs is beat the bad teams in front of them. And there's some winnable games here. I think they beat the Raiders. This is definitely a different Broncos team that has already beaten the Raiders, may I remind you, and they did it pretty handily, even though it was at home. This is an improved Bo Nix now, an improved Broncos offense that's working a lot better at the moment. So there's that. Browns aren't much of a threat either. I think Jabo's backup quarterback magic has worn off. Browns aren't marching into Denver and winning. I need to see more consistency from Anthony Richardson before I can say the Colts have a chance. But if we keep getting, the not backup quarterback magic Anthony Richardson here, Colts aren't winning this by a long shot. Broncos could definitely lose to the Chargers right here. It's in LA. They're a well-coached team. Their defense is phenomenal. That's an easily losable game, even though this is a different Broncos team. The Broncos can beat anybody. I just don't think they beat the Chargers. They beat the Bengals. This game is a toss-up for me. This Chiefs game is a toss-up right here. So just to, again, hammer in the point, Broncos country, this is the best chance we've had to go to the playoffs in years, in nearly a decade. And all we have to do is beat the bad teams in front of us. That's all we have to do. And this team is very capable of doing that. They really are. So with that being said, I leave my thesis. This will probably be our next Wednesday show as well. After everything is shaken up, I'll get to react to everything and such. This will get edited down. I will have this posted. Oh, get out of here with that, Logan. Get out of here with that. No, don't gnaw me. Don't gnaw me. All Denver's got to do is beat bad teams. And then go to the playoffs. Easy peasy. For the first time in a decade. But yeah, with that being said, this will get edited down. I will have this posted as a regular episode. Try and cut out some of the filler parts and some of the less interesting bits. But with that being said, thank you everybody for watching. If you're watching this post-stream after I've uploaded it as a real video, or if you have watched it live and you've hung around, I appreciate you. Hope you all have a good night, and I will see you all next time. Adios.